Hello, my name is Dan Sharp with Sharp Equipment. On behalf of all the good folks at Sharp Equipment, thank you for joining us. In today's segment, we're introducing the world's first all-electric Hydro Vac. And I'm going to do a walk around and show you the features and benefits. It's going to operate very similar to a traditional diesel vac, but there are a few differences. So follow along with me. First off, our unit is powered by a lithium battery. It's a 40 kilowatt lithium battery. It's got 340 amps and it's 120 volts. So like all batteries, it's DC, and inside here we have an inverter. I don't know why they call it inverter, should be called a converter. So our electric motors are AC, alternate current. Battery is direct current, so the inverter converts that so it runs. With this unit, we have eliminated all pulleys, all belts, all tensioners, all clutches. It is a direct drive system, which means you got the motor, the electric motor is directly driving the blower, and a different electric motor is directly driving the water pump. So you got direct power. So when we say 1,000 CFM on the blower or 550 and 20 hertz, it's doing that. There is no loss of efficiency with the direct drive electric system. With your belt drive systems or hydraulic systems, you lose efficiency. Just physics, it's the way it is. So ours is direct drive. So it's low maintenance and it's very powerful. With ours, you give the readout and it is exact. And being electric, we have lots more control than a traditional unit. The other thing about electric is it's simple. Big issue today with all contractors is training. We got the younger generation coming up and training's a big issue. This is a simple unit to learn and to operate. All right. Other things are similar. We got RV winterizing fluid for cold weather to winterize it. Next to it, which is a little different, we have a battery coolant tank. So this has two cooling systems to cool the battery and the components. And it's automatic, you don't have to worry about it. It's circulating. Up here, you notice we have two manways. This manway, when you're dumping, you pop it open and you use your spray wand and you clean out your tank. I don't know if you've done it before. I have. Traditionally, you're standing down there in the muck, in the mud, and you're spraying it out and the crap's getting all over you. It sucks. This eliminates that. The other cool thing about the electric system, we have a marine battery to operate lights and things like that, and it also operates our hoist. So you don't have to turn on the unit. You can come out here, get your tether control, and dump it without turning it on. So that makes it very, very nice. Going over here, we use a tri-lobe blower. Every other trailer manufacturer I know, Hydro Vac trailer manufacturer I know of, they use a dual lobe. Dual lobes are cheaper. A lot of times that's why they use them. You usually don't find a tri-lobe until you go to the big truck vacs. More money, right? Well, we put it on this because one, we wanted to cut way back on vibration. I've seen units at shops where they have vibrated their base and just ripped the steel, and it's an expensive repair. The other thing is it gives us a lot of power, a lot of power. So we run at 20 inches of mercury constantly. It doesn't matter what CFM level we're at, we're running that 20 inches. That's your suction, that's the power, that's the guts, that's the torque. That's why we went with this. We could have gone cheaper, we didn't. On our water pump, we use a cat. Again, we could have gone a lot cheaper. Cat's, in my opinion, about the best on the market. I couldn't find one better. So we use cat water pumps, and they are as tough as you will find. On our water pump, you can direct dial it right on the control panel, 1,000 to 3,000 PSI, and it's exact because it's a direct drive system. As I mentioned earlier, we are powered by a 40 kilowatt hour lithium battery that we design and we manufacture. Now, with the lithium battery, there's some things you might want to know. Everyone knows about amps, voltage. Okay, that's on decals and stuff, and I'll cover that in more detail in a different video. But one thing we have is 2,000 duty cycles. What's a duty cycle? Okay, so say you're out, you run your machine all day, and it's run down to 0 on that battery. You charge it, and the next day you come in, unplug it, it's at 100%. That's one duty cycle. Now, there's 2,000 of them. So we base it on 40 weeks a year, 5 days a week. Will give you about 10 years on the battery. So does that mean after 10 years it's just trash? No. That means it drops to 80%. So if it would run for, you know, I don't know, 10 hours, now it's going to run for 8 hours. It's going to drop 20%. That's all that means. And it'll do that for approximately another 2,000 duty cycles. And it's going to drop another 20%. That's what your duty cycles mean. Now, anything can subtract from that. So say one day you're using your machine and you run it down 70%. There's 30% charge left on your battery. You recharge it back up to 100%. That's not quite a duty cycle. So that buys you some time on the back end of it. I just wanted to be clear of that. The average trailer vac, you talk to different manufacturers, but the intel we've gathered, their lifespan's about 7 years. We think this is going to last a lot longer, but do keep that in mind on the battery. It's designed to go 8 to 10 years, depending on how much you use it, and then it's going to drop off. Doesn't mean it's trash. It's just like your cell phone. Over time, your cell phone's going to lose some of that longevity on the charge. The power is still there, performance is still there, just not going to run quite as long. So that's the same with these. They're maintenance free, they're cooled, trouble free. No fuel filters to change. That concludes our introduction to the world's first all-electric Hydro Vac. Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of all the good folks at Sharp Equipment, I'm Dan Sharp. Thank you. Hope to see you on the road soon.